There's something I thought a lot about, and that's whenever I go back to Hungary, people seem to be quite negative about things and frustrated. So, friends, family, and all the people I know, they seem to be quite frustrated with what's going on. And of course, that's probably true for any country, but again, I can only talk about Hungary. And my point is, I guess, is that it's frustrating living in a country. I'm not even going to say especially in Hungary. No, it's just frustrating to live in a country where you grew up, spent at least 20 years, and then another 20 maybe, and then things are just not going well. There are all sorts of problems, and it frustrates people. And I notice it when some people move to Hungary from a different country and they seem to have the time of their lives. And I noticed when I moved to the UK, I'm currently having the time of my life because I've got nothing frustrating here. Nobody picked on me in school. Nobody really was awful to me. And even if they were, that's just a past short period of time. So that is something that one needs to consider when they hear about the country, because every country I talk about with the people who are from that particular country, the conversation always goes something like this. I say, Hungary is a pretty bad place, economically, not dangerous at all, but still it's kind of frustrating. And then they go, oh yeah, well, my country is also frustrating. And to be honest, everybody says that about their country. And that's always something that just really needs to be considered. So whenever I talk bad about my country, it's probably more of frustration that it happened throughout a long period of time than something that is objectively frustrating. So, for instance, when I talk about historical events or politics, that's something that's just frustrating. Because obviously, people who have an opinion about the current Hungarian government and they don't live in Hungary, I would never ever say that their opinion is irrelevant. And this is not even a passive-aggressive statement. Every opinion is relevant. Because sometimes you have to be afar to see things better. But everybody is annoyed in Hungary. Well, not everybody, but, funnily enough, I would probably have to say everybody. Because even those people who love the current government and its policies, based on their reasoning, are still annoyed by loads of things in the country. Well, this just in. My CPU cooler has arrived. So I spent the afternoon overclocking this bad boy. This is the old stock cooler. It's not very good, is it? Well, I mean, if you are not very familiar with computers, then, well, that might be okay. And it was okay for me for the longest time. But now, it's not anymore. So here are some pictures of the things I had to do. First, I had to take out the whole motherboard. Then I put the heatsink on the processor. By the way, this one, the processor itself just got stuck on it because of the thermal paste that's between the two surfaces, the surface of the processor and then the other, the cooler. And now I'm just, finished, removed the processor, put it there. Everything's fine, reassemble the whole computer, and working! So the frequency of the processor, which is, could be bananas, but in this case it's gigahertz, was 3.5, and I overclocked it based on an online guide to 4.3 gigahertz. That's amazing! So I've got like almost a whole gigahertz per core extra. And of course, the more power you want from your CPU, computing power I mean, the more heat it will generate. So that's why I needed the extra cooling. Also, I wasn't sure that this cooling was adequate in the first place. So now it's just doing its job. I put a synthetic benchmark on here and it's called heavy load. And it does what the name suggests. It puts heavy load on the processor. And so far the computer has not restarted, has not become unstable. So I'd say this could be it. I'm not sure I should go further, although I'm very tempted, but we'll see. So because of all that, I don't have anything fancy to talk about today. Certainly not something that would divide people and create a heated argument. For now, I'm just gonna sit here and pray to the machine god that 4.3 gigahertz will be the final, or even more. So thanks for watching and enduring this boring episode. If you have any fun overclocking stories, they are more than welcome in the comment section, but you know, that's all I have today. Goodbye!